guys, welcome back to F1 22. Didn't have to wait long for that second video, did you? We have the Italian Grand Prix this time around. We've a fully dry weekend as well, which is great news for us. We're going to be putting fresh parts in on every component as well for this power track. And hopefully that means that we're going to be super competitive here at Monza. That's the aim. That's the dream. That's certainly what should happen. So I'm quite simply just going to jump straight into it. Dry all weekend. Last year it was wet all race. So delighted at that development. Speaking of developments, look at Mercedes. So I don't think we'll be catching them anytime soon. We do have plenty of upgrades on the way between now and Singapore, which is the next Grand Prix, which I'm very much looking forward to doing because I do like Singapore. But with 3 straight points finishes in a row, including a podium, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our last 7, including a win in Canada, should be getting strong points finish again here in Italy. Should be. Should be. Not strong at Monza. And it's so weird. Some track I don't really have any tracks where I'm just alright at. I'm either really good at a track or I suck. This is probably one of the suck categories, but we'll wait and see. We might have the car underneath me to carry me this time around. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying everything on this second channel. The My Player from the main channel will be coming here to the ChesnoidPlays channel very soon indeed as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But for now, let's just jump into practice and go and earn ourselves a shit ton of resource points. Recommends I will still finish 22nd in qualifying, but I don't know, we'll wait and see. Underfloor damage, unsurprisingly, because, well, I whacked the underfloor quite heavily throughout the course of that lap. We'll retire from session. We're going to make sure we get as many resource points as we can by, as ever, going through and just quick practicing the rest of the sessions. I never used to do that. This is the first year I've actually done that. I don't think I did it at all in Season 1 this year either. But for the first time, I am going to second practice sessions and third practice sessions to ensure that we get maximum options from our resource points and boosts. Just one left to do in quick practice 3 then. 11 minutes to get 70% pass straight away. Lovely jubbly. Thank you very much. Let's head to qualifying, shall we? Or at least find out initially how many resource points we're going to get and then see what we can do with them. 600 again from Jensen, which is nice. Team getting closer to level 19, but I don't think we're going to get that to either 19 or 20 by the end of this season, certainly. But we'll give it a damn good go to get as close as we can. Hopefully, we can have as many positive races between now and the end of the season as possible. I've got 2,400 resource points, so let's go and put those on. The other was either front downforce, which is 1,900. I didn't really need to back out there, did I? Or brakes, which is 1,600. I'll go for brakes. What is that? 19th to 28th completion. It's going to be the set. Wow, that's a fairly sizable jump. We'll do the brakes, and they will actually be ready before Singapore as well, provided they pass. Let's go. Get that done then. Where are we on the... Oh, it's recommending gearbox reliability. I'm fine. Right, let's jump to qualifying then. See what we can do there. We're going to go about 4 tenths faster on lap 2. And P11. P11 after Q1. Q2 is going to... Sorry, Q3 is going to be a push. I don't think I'll make it to Q3. But if I can qualify P11, then at least there's the chance of getting some points. I was 2 milliseconds slower than my teammate. A 1.9... Wow. Okay, let me move my camera. I was 2 milliseconds slower than Jensen and 1 millisecond faster than Alex. That's how close things get at Monza. Into Q2. Bloody hell. Any surprises there, actually? Yes. Lewis out. Lewis Hamilton out in Q1. A poor lap from him. P19 only. Wow. That is a shock. I'm not going to get into the 19s. We're going to do a 20.013, which is a P12 can't improve on my Q1 time. We'll have to try and do something with strategy, or maybe get lucky with a safety car or something. Jensen, in the end, P10. Charles Leclerc out, though, which is another shot. That's a Mercedes and a Ferrari out earlier than they should be. Alexander Albon is just monstrous in that Aston Martin. He's outrageously fast. But to be honest, the time I put in Q1 would have had me 12th again anyway. So I think 12th is as fast as I am in qualifying. Hopefully in race trim, we're a little bit quicker. Any shocks in Q3 perhaps? We had a shock in Q1 and a shock in Q2. Lewis Hamilton started 19th, or qualified 19th. Charles Leclerc qualified 11th. But are there any penalties ahead of this Italian Grand Prix? Some teams and drivers do occasionally take penalties ahead of Monza to put a fresh engine in to ensure that they're as quick as they can be in a straight line around here. We're running a little bit more front wing than we normally would, and actually after qualifying 12th, I'm going to start 11th. It's Daniel Ricciardo that takes the penalty, my rival in game. Latifi does wonders to finish in P15 in qualifying. Done spectacularly well though, P16 actually, as it was. Hamilton 19th. It's going to be coming through from the back. The question is, what do we do strategy-wise? Because the soft tyres don't really last around here. Recommends going medium hard is the way forward. My tyres do wear quicker though than everyone else's. Let's have a look at the race director. Everyone else starting on the mediums as well, apart from Sebastian Vettel on the soft, who's definitely committing to an extra stop. I think I kind of have to match what everyone else is doing, to be honest. Especially because my tyre wear is so low, but because my... so high. But if my tyre wear's high, then I'll be pitting slightly earlier from my worn mediums onto my hards. So maybe I can undercut a little bit, perhaps. I'm still going to have to massively overfuel. But we're overfueled by 6.5 laps. I'll try my best. Starting from P11, we'll give Twitch Chat the chance to have a vote. But points or nah, really, is what we're asking. With Leclerc next to me, Lewis behind me, and Daniel Ricciardo behind me too. I don't know what's going to happen here. I've got a lot of wheel spin. Hell of a lot of wheel spin. Need to use some battery to keep up. Decent braking point, but cars on the inside of me. Yellow flags, probably just because everyone's going so slowly. Over the curb, and wheel spin on exit. Well, that's 12th to 16th from the start. We should be faster than a number of the cars in front of us, so hopefully I make those positions back. Do I risk up the inside of K-Mag? Yes and no is the answer. Getting side by side a lot in front. Oh my god. Making everybody really slow. Because it's just all full throttle. Everyone's so close to one another. Just got to be so careful. So it's going to get caught on the curve there. Just can't take the Ascari chicane how I want to because I'm too busy avoiding cars in front. You're right. There have been 2 pitters so far. There's a Williams that's in the pit, and there was a Mercedes at pit as well. Lewis had a collision with Mick Schumacher, who in turn had a collision with him, and Fernando had a collision with an Alpine. Sorry, Fernando had a collision with Norris. Lewis has stopped to softs, which makes no sense. When they stop early like that, they just completely abandon the best strategy. So Lewis is now on softs and pitting about 700 times in this Grand Prix. Rather than go to hards and try and make it as long as possible. I'm going to try K-Mag around the outside here. He's just cut across me. Then he's locked up. Serves you right, dickhead.
Okay, some information on Gasly. They've got some kind of mechanical problem.
Gasly's got an issue. Instead of DRS this lap, though. Jensen's in the pits, so he's been in trouble.
Coming in for his stop now.
There's no way he's stopping after 4 laps. Just on his mediums as they were. So slow around here when they battle. Bottas and Seb side by side. Not that far away in front. George Russell is out. That's the Mercedes retiring from in front of us. What's happened to him? That's a long way up as well. Russell was qualified really high. His engine's just had enough. George Russell out. That's another position for us. There he is on the right-hand side. Which P13. A terrible corner there.
Green flag.
At least we're still in DRS range of those in front. Oh, Tsunoda past Bottas though. Now I'm a little bit further back. Maybe I can actually take the Ascari chicane how I want to. Nope.
Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
I am using overtake. Yeah, George Russell's had too many retirements this season, hasn't he? Gasly got well out of shape there. Oh my god. This is going to be nutty into turn one. Really nutty. Really, really nutty. Jesus Christ. This is insane. Ah, I'm having to get out of the throttle so as not to go into the back of Valtteri Bottas. DRS train heaven right now. 2 in 1 corner. Yes, please. Bye. That was nicely done, if I do say so myself. Up to P11. Switch back on Yuki, though. Worked a treat. No, it didn't. I think he used his battery, do you? Same again? Same no, I can't do it again. Gap between Seb and those in front of him is growing massively at the minute. And more flashbacks in the first 8 laps of this than we have in the entirety of some other Grand Prix. Tsunoda got out of shape there. Now we're going to be nearly 4 abreast using some battery and then DRS.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
Valtteri might follow me all the way around the outside. Yuki's still there. Yuki's still there. Yuki's dealt with. That's P9. Another double overtake. Bottas did get Seb, did he? No. Well, he's trying to get Seb. They're next to each other still. Yuki's going to have a look at me here. I'm going to go defensive. And we're going to keep the position. But it's now 6 seconds to Daniel Ricciardo. 6 seconds. Alex Albon in that Aston Martin is baffling as to how quick he can be in that. It's insane, especially compared to Seb, his teammate. Just have to try and use my battery as best I can. At least Daniel's not getting DRS. Oh, there is a lot of debris there. Two of them heading into the pits. Come around the corner there into loads of carbon fibre. What's happened there? Daniel and Alex Albon. Oh, Alex Albon is locked up. Albon is locked up, gone into Daniel, and then swerved back across and hit Lando. So who is it that actually ends up going into the pit lane here? Lando and Albon, and Daniel gets away with it. But Daniel might have damage too. Yeah, Daniel's got damage on the outside. He was on the inside. He's got damage on his outside wing, or left-hand side of his wing, but he was on the outside of that, and Alex Albon made contact with the right-hand side of him. Just utter chaos, basically. Just utter chaos. 2.6 seconds to Daniel. We're up to P7 thanks to that Alex Albon lock-up. I'll come out 11th. Where is 11th? That was the fastest lap of the race. What? 22.319, the fastest lap of the race. Where on earth has that come from?
You're pulling out a second a lap on the car behind.
Maybe I
Really
keep
good stuff.
Maybe I keep plowing on with this set till 25. I'm absolutely lost now. So Tsunoda is... I'll come out 10th. Tsunoda is 9th. 10th is then the Haas, and I'll come out there. So at the minute, I'll come out in front of or with that group where the two Haas's are. So ideally, I want to keep ploughing on so I come out ahead of that group. I want to open up the gap until it says I'll come out in 9th.
Understood.
Alright, we're going to box this lap. I think everyone else is going to box 27. That's when we were originally preset scheduled to box. But it's because of our higher tyre wear that we're boxing this early. So we'll see what happens from here. I'm intrigued to find out whether the undercut works or whether the overcut would have been better. 2.3 seconds stop though is very nice indeed. And we will probably come out behind Mick. Here he comes. So we will come out in 10th, but we're ahead of that next group behind, which is good. And Mick won't be long for pitting. So I can maybe take some DRS off him for a little while. Just got to warm these tyres up first. And they've got to take me to the end of the race, hopefully. I have pit already, yes. We're on this tyre to the end, minus any safety cars, etc. Oh God, he's so slow around there. But then so quick out of there. Hopefully I can get a run on him down to the Ascari chicanes. Use a bit of battery here. Mick Schumacher dealt with. Fernando Alonso's just put in the fastest lap of the race on his fresh hards. The gap to Carlos Sainz is down to 4.6 now. That was over 5 before we pit. I don't know whether that means we will or will not stand a chance of catching Daniel Ricciardo after the pit stops. Tsunoda and Bottas are in the pits. Both Red Bulls still yet to pit, and one of the Ferraris. But Ocon is pitting the Alpine as well, as is the other Ferrari now, I believe. Ricciardo's in the pits now. He's out of his pit box. We are going to not take Daniel Ricciardo throughout the course of the pit stops, but he is going to be on cold hards and will surely be vulnerable. Regardless, we're right with him now, and we were closing on Sainz as well. We're definitely battling with Ricciardo now for P6, and hopefully, throughout the course of the next 22 laps or so, might even potentially catch Carlos Sainz for P5. That would be the dream, but it's a case of if our tyres will hold on that long or not, because we did pit 3 or 4 laps earlier, if not more so than these guys in front. Certainly Ricciardo, anyway. True, he is dragging me to Sainz, but I think I could get to Sainz quicker if I was in front of him. You are right, though. Maybe we wait until we're right with Sainz, and then go for the overtake and try and go from 7th to 5th in the space of a couple of laps. Daniel's within 2 or 3 tenths of DRS on Carlos Sainz now. So this would be the ideal lap to make a move on him, if possible. He's going to go defensive, is he? He is. Run the outside. Tuck it back again. Run him out of road. That is P6. 1.5, 1.6 to Carlos now. Hopefully between us we can continue to close that. And I do now have a free pit stop behind. So we can come out, we can pit if the situation arises. We can pit and come out ahead of Bottas in 8th. And we're really closing in on Carlos Sainz now as well with 13 laps to go as we cross the line. No, yeah, 13 laps to go as we cross the line. Ocon and the second Ferrari of Charles Leclerc are actually fighting for that 3rd podium position.
Increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 a lap.
And Alonso and Max Verstappen are fighting over P1 as well. What I can't afford to do is lose too much time fighting Daniel. We need to together get after Carlos Sainz. I was within 9/10 of him then. Now it's 1.4 again. I'm so very nearly within DRS range then. Stay ahead of Daniel here with that bit of battery usage. Carlos Sainz might be a possibility in the next couple of laps. Oh my god, why is he so slow there? Why am I so slow there? I'll make myself vulnerable to Daniel again, for Christ's sake. Okay, well, we'll follow Daniel to Carlos Sainz again, shall we? Really? Into Parabolica? Terrible decision, Daniel. Why has he had a look into Parabolica? Now we're going to be 3 abreast. And I've got the best line. That's Carlos Sainz. On the outside of Daniel. That's Daniel Ricciardo too. P5.
Nice move.
That was just poor car positioning from Daniel. Yes, he took Carlos Sainz, but he didn't factor in me being behind him. So positioned himself so poorly that I was able to get them both. Now I've just got to try and break DRS, but that's going to be easier said than done. Not our first double overtake of the day though. Esteban Ocon style. As we start the final lap of the race. Still a second separates myself from Ricciardo from Sainz. Last lap. Daniel's got to do it. This lap or never. Thankfully. It looks like never, but I'm going to have to make sure I have enough battery to defend at the end of the lap. Whilst also holding on to position here. You're not having it round the outside there, mate. I've told you that before. I know I've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. I've not got 3 more laps worth of race. Here comes Daniel. Daniel Ricciardo, half a lap from the end, takes P5 off me. And we'll keep it too. Son of a bitch. P6. We got Carlos, but Daniel got me back. Daniel last lap Landoed me. He got driver of the day as well. Bastard. That's how it goes sometimes. Hell of a battle though. For the final 30 laps of the race. That whole... Well, even on... When we were still on the mediums, we were trying to close in on Daniel and close in on the Ferrari. Into photo road. Oh, we did do that, but we didn't actually get a photo for the thumbnail, so that's fine. Max Verstappen wins the race. Wins the race, apparently. Wins the race. Charles Leclerc, his lead at the top of the standings is not looking that strong right now. Not with Max in fine form. Fernando doing well as well. we're still fine. But Fernando P2, Max Verstappen P1, and Leclerc only P4. Max getting maximum 26 points as well. It's not looking too great for Charles Leclerc at the minute. He's really going to have to pull out all the stops for the final 4 or 5 Grand Prix of the season if he's to hold on to that potential title. I think Charles Leclerc won the championship last year as well, actually, off the top of my head. Income's looking good. We have a sponsorship renewal to deal with, but I'm just going to renew all of them because they're fine. We'll train everywhere, really. Sponsor conference. I've got loads of time left. I'm actually going to be able to get the power department focus in as well. We can actually do everything between the Italian Grand Prix and the Singapore Grand Prix, and hopefully we should be able to get... Yeah, Charles Leclerc won the championship last year. Hopefully we should be able to get a number of upgrades now. And by a number, I mean like 5, if they all pass. Please all pass. Rear wing main plane passes. Halo rotor speed passes. Is the DRS going to pass as well? We got an event. We've had a fire. Oh no, I can fire a team. I'm gonna fire the team member. Unfortunately for him, boost the team acclaim. Sorry, lower the team acclaim, but boost the. Retirement now. Fernando Alonso retires at the end of the 2023 season. That's a shame. Boosted the. Oh, the DRS didn't pass. DRS stopgap. Okay, let's go back in, and I should have plenty enough to do that again. 721 it's going to cost. Wow. It's actually quite a lot. I think that had us as the second fastest car coming up for Singapore next then. Please break disc width. Please pass as well. Vamos!
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through.
Morale is low in a number of departments though, which is not great. But we are now officially the second fastest car on track. I'm going to skip and advance that. Second fastest car on track. What is the weather going to be like? What is the weather going to be like at Singapore? Please don't rain. I bet it rains. It almost always rains. Is it going to rain? No, it's going to rain. For the whole race. Oh, fully wet Singapore Grand Prix. Tears. That's going to take hours. Fully wet Singapore Grand Prix then to come next, and I will have the ability to record that tomorrow as well. So, you guys are getting plenty of Formula 1 content at the end of this week. Back-to-back 6th positions in the Netherlands and Italy. But now that we're the second fastest team on paper, should we be aiming for podiums? Potentially. That will do us for this episode, though, on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to make sure you don't miss out on more. And I will see you in the next one for Singapore. Okay? Okay.